to the Immersive Experience. The Immersive Experience. What the hell am I thinking? Welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you. I'm going to turn Andre 3000's new album down. Like, it's that. It's given that. I don't know if you guys listen to Andre 3000's new album, but it is You Niggas Don't Deserve Words. Nah, that's what Erica Badu said. But nah, it's giving listen to it and fall into the sound. Don't I don't know. I guess we so used to let me take my glasses off. And so the reason I don't wear glasses on my podcast is because of the glare. Y'all, I wear glasses. I need fucking glasses. So yeah, the album lit, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. I think it's a different way of expressing yourself. I maybe that's because I did theater, but the instrumentals resonate way more to me than some shit with words. Cause what the fuck do y'all be talking about? Half of y'all don't be talking about shit. But at least I can't grasp what the fuck y'all talking about. Maybe I'm stupid or something. We'll stick with that. I'm a little slow. That's what the case is. Well, like I mentioned earlier, while the music was playing, welcome to the Immersive Experience, a podcast about you, for you, from you. Today we talk about the deadly art of losing yourself. We've all put ourselves somewhere, haven't we? And we definitely got to go back and pick us up. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So I'll be writing my shit out, y'all. So as you can see, I am a note taker. Right. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Why y'all stop writing? Put some notes in y'all motherfucking phone. Do y'all use y'all phones today full capacity? Because I feel like y'all don't. So, welcome back, dear listeners. Today we're diving into the topic that's close to my heart, and it most certainly is the art of losing yourself. In the hustle and bustle in the world, amidst societal pressures and expectations, we often find ourselves straying from our true selves. We wear masks, play roles, and sometimes we play them so well that we forget we're even playing a role. That's just what the fuck we do. But fear not, for losing oneself isn't always a tragedy. And maybe some people think it is, but it's not. Losing yourself is not a tragedy. Sometimes it's the first step towards self discovery. The moment you ask, who am I? The moment you ask, what am I doing? That's self discovery. So if it took heartbreak to ask those questions, if it took, it's usually heartbreak, isn't it? I don't know. An existential crisis or a midlife crisis for you to start asking those types of questions, then welcome aboard wholeheartedly. It's the moment we realize that something is amiss, that we're not living our truth, and that's what we're going to explore today. We'll discuss signs that indicate you're losing yourself and how to navigate this complex journey back to your true self. Fair enough? I think that sounds easy enough, right? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I never developed myself. Like, and I was sitting here thinking, like, okay, so I know what it's like to lose yourself. But let's say, because I woke up in a world where I was already judged. And I know y'all probably tired of me saying this shit, but oh the fuck well. But I was judged for being dark skinned. I was judged for being heavy set. I was judged for being everything but a child of God because I wasn't that, obviously. But I don't know. I feel like even as a child, there could have been thoughts I had of myself that were easily dashed, which is why I feel like I learned a lot so early. Because it's a lot of people that'll come into your life and they'll tell you how you're supposed to be living, what you're supposed to be looking like. And on top of that, we have television aiding and in those, how do you say, in those, oh, my shirt up high. Good thing my pants are zipped up. Good thing I got pants on, because you know how that camera shit go. But yeah, I never developed myself. I never knew how to develop myself. I never knew what it took. I didn't even ask myself questions about me. I literally, probably up until about the age of 13, I mean, I was aware of me, but probably up until the age of 13, I was just handed a lot of things and was kind of like, oh, so this is how this is supposed to work. But I was really, really defiant. And I think to really be your true self, it'll be an act of defiance. And that's just that. So anyways, I will say that we all have mastered the art of losing ourselves, putting ourselves on a shelf for other people, indulging ourselves into other people's lives, submersing ourselves into other people's lives so much that we forget to see us. What question I went around asking everybody last week, because I guess, I don't know if you guys mark Sunday as a new week, but I do. But last week, Saturday, like last week, a question that I was going around asking everybody was basically like, how often do people ask you about yourself? And I mean, like, genuinely ask you about yourself. Like, what's your goals? What's your dreams? You got 3-year plans? Like, what's this? What's that? What does it take for you to be emotionally supported? How often do you ask yourself those questions? I didn't even ask. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes we're not lost. Sometimes we are simply underdeveloped. But I don't know if that still brings us right back around to a circle of like, bitch, you lost. Because I never developed myself. But I've built consciousness based off of all the experiences that I've had too. So you know how that shit go. Okay, so how many ways have you forgot yourself? I don't know. Maybe you can write that out. Maybe you'll see it how you see it. But how many ways have you forgotten yourself? How many ways have you lost yourself? Like, as if you were a pair of keys. Did you fall out your pocket? Were you taken out your pocket? Like, did somebody steal you and run away with you under their arm? Were you kidnapped? How did you lose yourself? Was this an ambush? And one thing I will say about the art of losing yourself is it's very subtle. You don't know. Shit just kind of like piles up and it piles up and it piles up. And you're sitting there and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And you don't know what the fuck is happening, but you're okay and you're going to figure it out. Eventually, we're all going to figure this shit out. Isn't that correct? That's most certainly correct. Embodying the art of losing yourself, it often involves stepping out of your comfort zone. So when we do this in relationships, I know I did. Oh shit. We do that shit in relationships. We do it in friendships. Any type of ship you can think of, don't get on that bitch, it's gonna sink. Especially if they're trying to change you from the jump. I don't know why you guys don't believe in yourself. That is the most baffling thing to me. Like, you're you. Losing myself is a hard concept to grasp after doing all this work to find myself. To let somebody come in and I lose me, like I forget my favorite color is black and because his is red, or I forget that this is my favorite meal because I've been doing shit for everybody else for so fucking long. Like, you want to get back to yourself, you want to get back to knowing yourself, start with those small ass questions. What's your favorite color? Why is that your favorite color? Like, these are the questions that will take you deeper. These will send you on a deeper dive, I promise. Losing yourself is so fucking easy. And it's easier to not notice that it's happening, which is what the fuck I was saying in the first place. The reason it's easier is to not notice when it's happening, because let's think about how things happen over the years, right? You have a child. You push your schooling to the back burner. You get a husband. Now you have to take care of your husband. You have to take care of your child. You barely have any time for yourself. You understand? Do you see how you chip away at yourself bit by bit by bit, forgetting yourself? There are a lot of people that I talk to and I will ask them questions about them. And how many times have I been in a conversation and it goes to somebody else? Bitch, we talking about you. Who else you want to talk about? Who else? Who else? Why is it so hard for us to talk about ourselves? If it's that hard for us to talk about ourselves, how easy do you think it's going to be for us to lose ourselves, right? It's going to be fairly easy. What's keeping you from seeing yourself clearly? What's blocking your vision? What's cutting you off? What's hindering you? How come you can't see you? And if you think you are seeing you, are you seeing you correctly? How aware of yourself are you? Do you understand what's what? Do you know that this is what you're thinking? Is this truly you? Is it truly somebody else? And people always call me the crazy lady. And I accept that because one thing that I learned while walking this journey that we call life is that there's voices in your head, and they're always playing, they're always there, and you don't and I never know whose voice it really is. But the voices that I hear in my head these days, they're very, very clear. They are very clear. And they all line up with who I am, where I'm walking, where I'm going, the things that I'm doing. You have to get intentions about yourself. People say that you have to have intentions when you do everything else. And I agree, like, yeah, have an intention when you go get a job. Have intentions. Definitely have intentions. Have goals, have dreams, have whatever the fuck you want to call those shits. Visions, whatever. I don't know. Just have something. Create something for yourself. We spin so many times. We spin around the world so many times, and we lose sight of who we are because we're spinning. I don't know if you ever took dancing classes or dancing lessons or anything, but when they would spin, they would tell them to find a spot to focus on so you wouldn't get dizzy. And I'm telling you, find a spot to focus on so you don't get dizzy. And it doesn't have to be your kids, it doesn't have to be your husband. It can simply be you. They told me that the hardest person to see is yourself. So I think that it would only be right to assume that the easiest thing to lose is something that you can't see or something that you've never had access to in the first place. Have you ever truly had access to you? How well do you know yourself? Like, listen to me. Self development is so important to me. When I found out that I hadn't took the time to develop myself, do you know what I started doing? I started developing myself. Like, what book can I read? What can I put into me? What instrument can I play? Like, I mean, what language can I learn? Develop you. There's so much to you. And it's so many aspects of you that you haven't unlocked because you're so busy trying to appease to other people. You guys baffle me. You baffle the fuck out of me. Because you're always asking for validation on things that you already knew. You're always asking for confirmation on something that you already know. For what? Because you don't trust yourself? What is it? Like, literally, I really feel like you have to get down to the root of you. I don't know. I don't know how many of you actually listen to anything that I any of my poetry, but there is a poem that I have, and it's called Paraphrased, and it simply talks about I allowed people to add meanings to me that had no meaning to me, like, and that's what the fuck it is. It's somebody paraphrasing you your entire life. Somebody paraphrases you. That's however old you are. I know it's 33 years for me. So and that's my real age. So the next time I come on here and I tell you guys I'm 56, you better fucking believe it. Because I ain't 33, goddamn. So distractions, stress, and preoccupations can cloud our self-perception, which is why we can't properly see ourselves. Losing yourself is a subtle process, as I have continuously said. It is very, very subtle. It happens gradually without us noticing. I asked, what if it happened as a child? And a lot of us do lose ourselves as child, as a child, as child. What the fuck? A lot of us do lose ourselves as children, and we think it's us. We think because of what we had to adapt to, what we had to go through, what our parents put us through, what our family members put us through, that now this is just a part of me. This is who I am. Listen, let me tell you something. You are not, you are not responsible. You are not accountable for the trauma that happened to you when it was out of your control. But you are responsible for the healing that has to happen. You understand that? You're responsible for that. Nobody else is responsible for that. And it's a lot of people who want the closure, who want the words, and nobody's coming to give you that. Do you understand? You could want it from whoever. That person could be on left earth. That person can. Nobody is coming to save you. You must save yourself. Ain't nobody coming to get you. The ship not coming. The aliens not coming. It's not coming. God damn it, the zombies not even coming to eat your brains out. And I learned that when my phone went off and I didn't wake up and get to fight. I fuck with y'all. What? And I was mad. I don't get to fight no zombies today. The fuck? Um, Children adapt to their environment. So the more I adapt, the more I start to believe that this is just me. This is just who I am. But understand that you can exist in multiple states at multiple times. You get that, right? How do you lose yourself? How do you lose yourself? Ask yourself that question, like, how do you lose yourself? How do you notice when you're slipping away from you? How do you, and if you do notice, how can you stop it? Like, what are the steps that you would have to take to stop that process from actually happening, or coming to fruition? How often do we forget ourselves because of trauma? A lot. A lot of times. We forget ourselves a lot of times because of trauma. And the reason that we forget ourselves so much because of trauma is simply because trauma can indeed cause us to disconnect from ourselves. It's a way of coping. It's like a defense mechanism that kicks in to protect us. And that defense mechanism that kicks in to protect us from painful memories, the frequency can vary greatly depending on the individuals and their experiences. So you you should understand that. We all have gone through different experiences, especially as a child. We were all raised differently. We all experienced a lot of different things. So I think the best thing usually for me to keep a good space within myself, and how everybody talks about, oh, it's about remembering where you come from. It's about stop trying to forget parts of yourself. But stop. It's all you. It doesn't matter. On my Listen, when I look in the mirror, and I can look in the mirror and be like, God damn, you ugly bitch. And then on another day, I can look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, you are so gorgeous. Like, but at every turn, every day that I look in that motherfucking mirror, every person that I saw was me. It didn't matter the day. It didn't matter the circumstance. It didn't matter how raggedy. It don't matter if my wig ain't on, if it ain't. It don't matter if I look like a little baby monkey when I look in the motherfucking mirror. It's me. I love the monkey version of me. I love the ugly version of me. The no wig me, the naked me. Like, listen, I love all parts of me. Wholeheartedly. It ain't a day. There's not a day where I'm gonna walk away from me because I think I look too bad. If I think I look too bad, then bitch, we finna fix ourselves up. The fuck is wrong with you? Like, what are you talking about? If you looking at you and you can't stand to look at you, we got a problem. There's a problem. There's a disconnect. Who do you want to be? There ain't nowhere else I'd rather be than in my body. I can't lose me. I'm tethered to me. That's how much I can't lose me. Like, I love a lot of other people. I really do. But I don't love nobody more than I love myself. And call me selfish. You can ask any of these motherfuckers. You're not gonna get over on me and not get got over on. So I can tell you that undoing a lifelong doctrine is like unlearning a deeply ingrained habit. It's challenging but not impossible. And it starts with self-awareness. And I am a broken record. And I don't mind being a broken record. Self-awareness, self-awareness, self-awareness. Get aware of your motherfucking self. Like, find you some fucking awareness. Be aware of how you look in every moment. Do you understand that? Be aware of where you're stepping on yourselves. That is the only way that any of this is going to work, is if you're aware of yourself. You can't lose yourself when you're constantly thinking of you. The same way that woman plays out in your head, or the same way that man plays out in your head, or whatever they classify themselves as, however they play out in your head, you should be playing in your head just as much. How do I look? How does this apply to me? Does this apply to me? Is this, what do they always say? Take what resonates, leave what don't, leave what doesn't. Half of us are not even losing ourselves. We just give up. Just fuck it. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna take a nap right here. And it's fine. It's fine if you take a nap. But that lay down attitude, it's enough. It's time out for that bullshit. Stand up. Y'all gotta be tired of crawling on your motherfucking knees. Like, get the fuck up. How long you want to wallow in something? How long you want to throw yourself a pity party? And I understand that it takes time, but goddamn, how much time y'all need? Tell me, so I can leave you the fuck alone until it's time to come back around. I want to ask you to ask yourself, what roles are you currently playing? I play a lot of roles. I play a lot of roles. And even in playing the roles, I never lose sight of me. I never want to forget who I am. I never want to forget where I'm standing, why I'm standing there, who I'm standing with. You have to learn how to focus. If it's a thing of meditation and we're thinking of how to streamline us, then that's it. That's just it. You have to zoom in on you. You have to focus on you. If you're the bigger picture, then you need to zoom out. Because sometimes we're so finely tuned into other people's lives that, listen, there was something that I wrote, and I said that I had painted this beautiful picture. I mean, I painted it. I put everybody in the picture. My friends, I put everybody I met. I painted them, and I painted them with such brilliant colors. Do you understand me? If their eyes were blue, I made sure I used the right blue. And I sat back and I looked at this picture. And do you know who was missing? I was missing. I was nowhere to be found in the picture. Because we always want to be just the observer. We want to observe, but then we start playing parts in people's lives. And then when we start playing these roles in people's lives, the responsibilities that we think we have that necessarily don't even apply. Like, what fucking roles are you playing? I've been in theater a million and one times, and I've always knew, okay, this is your part. You gotta play your part. What type of human do you want to be? What type of person do you want to be? Ask yourself that. What role do you want to play? Are you forever going to let them make you the sneaky link? Do you want to be the mistress? Do you want to be something more? I don't know. Do you have dreams, aspirations, bitch? You want to stay at the entry level position this entire time? You want to be the fucked on secretary? Then that's fine. Be the fucked on secretary. One thing I learned about any role that you play in your life is to play it to the best of your ability. I'm gonna always be the best at anything that I do. So if I walk in the room and everybody calling me an asshole, I know I'm the best asshole in that motherfucking room because they all know that. That's what the fuck I know. So what roles are you currently playing? And remember that taking inventory of self starts with introspection. Ask yourself your likes, your dislikes. And this I've told you. You want to start small. Please start small. Start small. Don't try to make this some big thing. Just start asking yourself small questions because you really want to find you. And you have to ask yourself, who are you behind the roles that you play? We play a lot of roles. Who are you behind those roles? What's the person? Okay, yeah, you're a mother, but who are you outside of that, right? How can one be sure if they are playing a role or if it's them? And I feel like that's a deep question. I don't know how one can. I only got like 4 minutes left. You can come on if you want to, but yeah. I don't know how this.
Just skidding a little bit.
Go ahead. What you want to tell them, Mama?
I don't know. I mean, yes, I do know. I want you to continue to dream big and be massive in your life. Be that person that, you know, everybody has a past, no matter how old you are. And it might not been the best past. It might not be something that you want to talk about, and that's okay. But remember, closing the doors to the past is what's really important. And you got to love yourself. You got to love every inch of yourself. Half measure availeth nothing. So you can't half measure yourself. You got to be excited about your life. You got to be the bold person who's going to put out radiant and hope and faith and keep moving. And if you're a mother, you got to make sure that be that mother to your children, regardless if the father is not there. I just came on just to encourage, the viewers of my daughter's podcast to take care of yourself because it's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself. I don't know. Well, like I said, just learning not to lose yourself starts by self-development. And losing yourself can kickstart self-development. Because you're going to start asking yourself questions. You're going to start thinking of things. You're going to start finding ways to figure you out. But you have to do the work.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be healed, but nobody want to put the work in.
Self-evaluation is the key. Self-evaluation. And you just start asking asking yourself questions like, why am I shy? Or why this or why that? I mean, because if you haven't healed your baggage, you're going to take it into the next phase of life. And if you meet new people along the line, it's going to spill out. It's like it permeates. It's going to come out, and so you have to get your healing and let go. And I always talk about forgiveness. Forgiveness is so powerful. It's like a river of running water. And usually forgiveness is not for that person. It's really for you. So you can unlock the value in your life and not keep holding on, because when you work under unforgiveness, it brings about pain, hurt, regret, anger, and all kind of things, and it stops you from being you, because a lot of times it prevents you from trusting people. And so that is one of the keys to taking care of yourself and self-evaluating.
So what you want to do is resist the pressure to conform, and don't try to pursue perfection. That's not going to happen. You will never be perfect.
Yeah.
No matter who you're dealing with. Like, you're not going to be perfect. I don't care who it is. I don't care what they're telling you. If you're not enough for them as yourself, you'll never be enough for them. They're always going to want more. So Don't be afraid of being judged. Fuck them. And I mean that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
True that.
I don't. It is not my job to tell you what to think of me, and I will tell anybody that in a heartbeat. You know.
Yeah, because when you worry about what people think about you, it's really self hurt.
Mm-hmm.
It reflects back on you, and what it does is that it allows you to dummy down. It allows you to dim your light. It
Mm-hmm.
allows you to, start questioning your ability or who you are or what you can be or what you can do. And so because it can hurt, it can eternally hurt. So you can't go around thinking about what people think about you, because it's self hurt, really.
Absolutely.
It's self hurt.
You
Because you're in the
gotta
healing, you want to heal.
exactly.
You don't want to be,
You
in
gotta
the
work
self
through your
hurt
own
process.
shit.
Yeah.
She ain't
And it's okay, if you're working through your own stuff, and then on top of that, if you feel like you're having problems, get you some help. Find you somebody that you trust, but be honest with yourself, and get you somebody that you can trust and you can talk to, but you got to be honest with yourself. Honesty is the first key to healing. Well, why am I like this? Or what happened to me in my past? Or you can't cover it up anymore, because it's going to you're going to cover yourself up with shame and low self-esteem. So you don't want to do that. You want to be that brilliant star that you are. You want to be shining in the sky like the moons and the stars. So, and if it's not to nobody else, it's going to be to yourself. And you're going to walk in confidence, and you're going to know that you are who you are.
And be present. Just be present. The only way you can know what role you're playing, what you're doing, how you're supposed to walk, is to be present in a moment.
Yeah.
That is it. We are so focused on so many things that you can't do shit about today. You can't do shit about it.
Yeah.
Stop stressing about it. Stop worrying about it. Listen, my
That's
mama
the
said
serenity
something.
prayer that you had to hear.
Yeah, when I read it to her,
Yeah.
I remember. I don't remember what it
God gives
said.
me the strength to accept the things that I can, and the knowledge to
Something.
you
Accept
know.
give me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, or
Yeah.
something to
Yeah. There's
accept the
just some
things
things
that
you
I
just can't
can.
change.
Yeah,
And it involves a lot of people,
it
but you
does.
can change yourself,
It start with you.
and there's some things just beyond us, but when it starts with you, I mean, you're gonna ooze with confidence. You're gonna walk like God sent you wherever you gotta go, and be the best that you can be. Today we need encouragement, we need hope, and we need to know that it's for real. It's obtainable. It's not in the weave. It's not in the nails. It's not in the big butt. It's not in having all the money. It's not in all of that. But the faith and the
It's in the
hope.
big butt.
Yeah, because you got one. But anyway, but when you have all of that material things, but then when you got the goodness inside of you, that's where the difference is going to, come in at. But if you solely basing your life on material things, and you're unhappy, then what good is it for?
Nothing.
Right.
You're wasting your time. Stop wasting your motherfucking time. Stop wasting your motherfucking time on people, places, things, especially shit that don't align with you. I don't know why. But anyways.
And trust God. Jesus Christ. And that's me,
That is.
Savior of the world. He is. And he is able to transform your life tremendously and abundantly. I'm a witness.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank y'all so much for tuning into the Immersive Experience tonight. I hope you guys were able to pull something. Just remember self-awareness. Just walk with yourself often. Walk with you. And if you could take you walking with you, and if you the type of person who just feel like you hate yourself, don't expect nobody else to walk with you. If you can't love you, don't expect nobody else to love you. I think that is the stupidest thing. How you go around saying You can love somebody if you don't love yourself. No, you cannot, because you don't know how to properly love.
Right.
So the moment you give up, you give up. You give up on anything, everything, anybody. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So learn how to love yourself, and I mean properly love yourself. Don't love yourself out of trauma. When she said be honest with yourself, it means to truly be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Don't forego anything because it seems as if, oh no, that's not in my character. Obviously it is. Stop lying to yourself. I think that was so spot on. You have to start with honesty. And it don't matter where you going, where you walking, how you doing it. But you all have an amazing night. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving. I forgot that was this week.
Yeah.
Yes, I just don't fall.
Walk like giants.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What did it say? When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I would never ever fall, ever stumble. Whatever Iniko said in Jericho.
Yeah.
But y'all have a good night.
Yeah. All right.
We'll talk to you later.